Hello, my name's Rex Urwin from the Mind Matters Institute. I'd like to invite you to join me in discussing and reflecting on relationship and communication. At the essence of our journey in our lives, relationship is significantly important in work, in our family lives, in our relationship with ourselves, and interculturally, as we now are in a world where it is smaller in the sense that we're able to communicate with different cultures. We need to be able to communicate and understand and be in a place where we can understand, empathize, reflect, allow, and be more flexible in the relationships that we're having. And especially in our relationship with ourselves. Our relationship with ourselves and the parts that we are not comfortable with or don't enjoy in ourselves tends to be the things we recognize in others that we don't like, and we tend to project onto others our dislike of the parts of ourselves that we're not comfortable with. So I'd like you to relax. I'd like you to put your attention on your breathing. And take a moment, the time. Take the time to be with you. Take the time out from your busy day and your busy mind to be with you. The most important relationship of all is you, with you. And through that relationship, you bring that to other relationships. If you bring the relationship that has dissension and anger and unforgiveness and struggle with yourself, disappointment, sense of failure, doubt of self, then you are going to bring that with you everywhere you go. And when you recognize it in others, you will find it will ignite, through the recognition of it in others, the discomfort, unhappiness and anger, frustration, pain, reactivity in you. I imagine that it would be very appealing, as you relax now, to have that released, replaced by a sense of self-love, confidence, resilience, perseverance, and essentially a sense of self that believes and knows that you're capable of creating and achieving a life that is richly worth having. So as you relax, as you sit back and put your attention on that breathing, allow yourself to take the time now, letting go of any immediate busyness. Put your attention on your intention to reflect, notice your relationship with yourself. And as you do that, I want you just to allow yourself to notice the rhythm of your breathing. That's right. Noticing, breathing in and out. Preferably through the nose. Noticing the cool air touching the tip of your nose and the warm air blowing out through the end of your nose. In a beautiful rhythm. Effortlessly noticing that even if you forget to breathe with your thoughts taking you off on journeys, you will be breathed by the beautiful unconscious mind that facilitates most of how you function out of conscious awareness. And as strange and funny and as strange and abstract as I might seem to be talking, I want you to allow yourself to relax, allowing the part of your brain, the beautiful unconscious mind, to recognize what I'm saying that's useful to you and applying it to a new way of considering who you are. If you were to imagine a beautiful place, sacred place, perhaps one that's familiar, perhaps one that is imagined, a beach, a rainforest, a lake setting, a favorite place where you can imagine yourself there now. feeling the comfort, the relaxation, the familiarity of this most beautiful place. And as you do that, allow yourself to relax even more, letting go any tension, and become present, become in the moment. And as you do that, you'll notice, perhaps not at first, and yet on reflection, a doorway in amongst, well, it's just there. And being a curious person, finding yourself drawn, attracted to the doorway, and stepping through, noticing the door is slightly ajar, and yet I imagine it really is a door. And going inside, noticing the most beautiful stairwell, naturally lit, and so safe, and so curious, as you find yourself starting to descend the stairs. And as you go down the stairs, allowing yourself to let go and release any more tension that you may be holding on to or not. And finding yourself further and further down the stairs, becoming more and more immersed in your inner world, inside your beautiful mind, going even deeper as you descend each step, finding the curiosity drawing you even more closely to what's in store for you down at the bottom of the stairs as you descend step by step, relaxing even more, feeling even more safe, letting go of any need to hold on. And as you find your way down, that's right, coming to that particular place at the bottom of the stairs, where you feel naturally welcome into the inner realms of your world within, the true world within that has the blueprint of your nature, the blueprint of your beautiful perfection, the blueprint of your love, the blueprint of your potential. Completely aligned with the DNA, the blueprint of your unique identity and skills and gifts in magical ways. And even though, in my strange way of speaking, you might find that consciously a little confusing, and yet the part of you that knows what I mean, do you not? As you find your way, letting go of the conscious analytical nature, and letting go and slipping into the creative, truly essential nature of you is beautiful. As you walk through this area, you'll notice another doorway open. Like you, I imagine doorways are curious places, I feel, and notice that as you walk through that first doorway, you notice the most beautiful journal written in an ancient language that you find you will understand. And in that language, it describes, as you read it, as you flip through the volume, the story of the first hesitation about you. The first time you came across a sense of hesitation, a sense of doubt, a little fear, a little worry perhaps, a little concern as you came across your first obstacle, recorded in the journal. And as you notice it, I want you to notice the obstacle was not there to stop you or prevent you. It was there to grow you. So as you notice it, whatever it might be that you feel as a sense of hesitation about yourself, I want you to reflect on it. That whatever the information was you came across in the physical world, that in any way suggested or fed back or confused you about your beauty, I want you to allow yourself just to take that journal now and close it. And you'll notice a chute just to the left, like a little tiny chute. And I want you to take that journal, and when you're ready, now, open it and allow the journal to be dropped in. And as you do that, I want you to allow yourself to make a new decision about that little obstacle. That whatever it was that you know or not, or feel or not, that you are a beautiful being and you're here to evolve and grow. And obstacles are there to increase you so you're strong enough to be able to deal with that which your gifts ask you to deliver, so that you're able to deal with the journey toward the evolving of those gifts. No matter what the obstacle, no matter how impossible it seemed, that it was there, like growing muscle requires resistance to push against, to build the muscle. Our beautiful nature requires obstacles to develop the muscle of our resilience and ability to be able to deal with our true potential, the true dance that turns up through life for us to express ourselves in our full nature. So as you release that, I want you to now turn and notice another doorway. And as you open it and walk through, you'll notice a beautiful journey. That's right, another one. And as you notice it, you'll notice another obstacle. And as you open it and reflect on it, in the most ancient language, somehow recorded in the archives of your journey, which are very significant in the scheme of things. That's right, you are significant. That you've leafed through and noticed the obstacle and the way it feels. You might know what it is. You might sense it in your nervous system. It might bring up a feeling or a sensation or an emotion. And as you notice that, I want you to also notice it's there in its true nature to grow you, to develop you, to evolve you toward the place where you become strong enough to be able to stand in your full potential as a human being on your journey here. So as you take that journal and take it, and as you know, that's right, there's a chute just to the left. If you were to open it and drop the journal through and let it go, it's finished now, complete. Stand there and notice how beautiful and how powerful and how capable you really are. And even though there might be some story, hesitation, chatter that might suggest it's not necessarily true for you, that it actually is. And any resistance you apply to accepting it's true only slows down the process of your inevitable magical potential being realized. So as you step in to healing that particular feeling and replacing it with the continually evolving recognition of your beautiful gift, you'll find another door. That's right. And as you walk through the door and deal with the journals in your own unique time, I want you to notice that the truth is you are potential, resonating as a unique being, a DNA 1 in 7 billion, with the unique gifts, with a magical slant on life, a perspective, a way of seeing things, a particular way of doing things. Perhaps your gift is through your hands and your ability to craft things. Perhaps your gift is through your mind, being able to think about things in a certain way. Perhaps your gift is through music, it's through colour and creativity. Perhaps it's through business. Perhaps it's through money making. Perhaps it's through being a family person and bringing a beautiful support and parenting to your children's journey. Perhaps it is many things, as an adventurer, as a traveller. And whatever it is innate in you, it is in you. And as you recognize that and allow the part of your brain that knows exactly what I mean to connect with it and permit its ability, go through to the next obstacle and notice that rather than being an obstacle trying to stop you or prevent you from becoming your full potential, that it's there to strengthen you, for you to overcome the obstacle. And as you overcome it, I want you to notice the relationships about you. I want you to notice the family relationships about you and the nature of them, the condition of them. I want you to notice the career relationships around you and the nature and their condition. I want you to notice the relationships of your friends. I want you to notice your relationship with the community. I want you to notice your relationship with other cultures through your tolerance or not, through your bias or not, through your anger or not. And as you notice aspects of your life, notice where you have forgiven others, no matter what. Notice where you're not able to because you are struggling with the pain of an event in the past. And you will come to that journal as you walk through the doorways. So as you notice where you're being from, your character, who walks into the lives of others as you, and the experience they have of you is the experience you have of life. The response of others to you is a reflection of who you bring to them. Oh, and that's right. I know it's easy sometimes to think that they're causing all the pain. And yet, in responsibility, knowing that as each relationship begins, each of us brings 50%. And we own the responsibility of that 50%. We bring our potential, our dance, our ability, our creativity, our abundance, and we also bring, to varying degrees, our wound, our struggle, our unhealed pain. And each of us experiences each of these as each of us brings themselves into our lives, and we bring ours into theirs. So would it be okay, as you walk through the doorways and deal with the journals of your journey, to consider taking responsibility for the 50% you bring to relationships, and take off them the blame, the unforgiveness, the struggle, the hurt, and allow yourself to meet that struggle and let it go down the chute. That's right. And as you do that, noticing the enormously beautiful relief that comes from forgiveness, that comes from tolerance, that comes from the flexibility of allowing others to be in their own unique way, even when it's odd or difficult. When we bring tolerance and love, we encourage the same response from them, and we find a beautiful world. So as you reflect on the relationships in your life, notice their condition, notice their beauty, notice their openness, and notice who you're being. And as you do, if it's a being that is hurting or in any struggle in any way, allow yourself to forgive you for that hurt. And notice that your responsibility is to release that hurt with help and come into a beautiful strength of vulnerability that great relationships have. So as you walk through the doorways, reflecting on the journals that are there, reflecting the little struggles and the obstacles of life to date, right through to now, I want you to notice that as you release them, or are prepared to release them, knowing we're always there to help, that the opportunity as you release them is to become even closer to the truly magnificent you, waking up in the morning filled with anticipation and awareness of the sorts of things you're creating that reflect your gifts, your magic, your uniqueness, like dancing like no one's watching. Because the greatest gift you can bring to any relationship is to be all of you. In self-love, in self-acceptance, and forgiveness, and tolerance. Wherever that lands for you, even if it seems a little odd or strange, or you find yourself in disagreement, or struggling letting go of an obstacle, it's okay. The most beautiful thing is being prepared to look, being prepared to turn and face yourself and have a look and notice, do you need to change for your relationships to have the opportunity to become extraordinary? So in your own time, as you find your way, listening to this, walking through the doorways, or coming to the point now where you can take a rest and feel extremely proud of yourself for having the courage to walk through these doorways. But when you're ready, finding your way, walking back comfortably to the bottom of the stairway, and finding yourself there somewhat differently. And now beginning to ascend the stairs, perhaps feeling lighter, perhaps feeling for the first time or not, a sense of possibility, that you are facing things that had previously been difficult or appeared impossible, and noticing that impossible is only a decision, a way of looking at things. The world is filled with possibility and opportunity, and as we recognize that it is, the doorways of opportunity open up even more brightly. As we ascend the stairs one by one, bringing a new sense of recognition. That's right. Finding your way back up through the beautifully naturally lit stairway to the top. And as you come out through that door, refreshed into that sacred place you chose. Finding your way to recognize your breathing again, the beautiful rhythm of it taking place, that it took place even if you had forgotten to breathe, that it was breathing you. So the intelligence you're a part of facilitates the complete running of your body, the complete running of nature. It takes place in spite of our thinking. And as we relax and allow that recognition to take place, as we allow our relationships to be their potential, we can let go of holding on to past resentment and look at our friends and look at our lovers and look at our colleagues and notice they also are on the journey. Sometimes struggling, sometimes in a difficult place in themselves, and sometimes in really powerful self-recognition and dancing their dance. And as good friendship requires of us, holding the space and allowing our friends and our love and our colleagues and other cultures to find their way with tolerance and respect. And rather than judging them, celebrating them as they find their way to their potential. And in the most beautiful relationships that become close and deep, really getting in touch with each other, allowing each other to be safe enough to share how we feel about our achievements and how sometimes we're in a place that is impossible, it seems. And remembering to tell them the idea of impossible is just an idea, it's impossible. It can easily be replaced by the idea that it's possible. So as you allow yourself to bring your awareness to your body and moving it and reflecting on where you've just been, I'd like to thank you for listening to Mind Matters Institute. And I want you to know that you're very welcome to contact us at any time you feel you need to clarify, think, consider, change. At mindmattersinstitute.com. We look forward to being there for you.